not great, but at least you can see what we do. Okay, so we have our new journal, has your name and class period on it. We have your face painting booklet. If you don't have it, just look on here. We have your new palette, the skin one. We're going to work on these, or off of these two palettes. Cup of water, your napkin, and your paintbrushes. Today we are going to learn we're going to review with our rainbow. We are going to learn how to read the book so you can learn from it on your own. It's okay, just look on up here. And then what we're doing is we're preparing for tomorrow. You need your tablet tomorrow because tomorrow you're going to look for different designs that you are going to eventually recreate in some way, shape, or form. These are holiday ones. Because you are going to make your designs, right? Your design board for your business when you set up your face painting booth. Okay, this is at an actual, at a farm that I saw. We'll talk more about it tomorrow, but this is what we're transitioning into. Okay? All right. So let's begin. We're gonna start with our brushes. I've already used mine. You haven't. You're gonna break up the brush bristle. You're gonna dip it into the water. I like these cups because they've got the ridges. The reason why I like new cups is because those purple cups are contaminated with water and other stuff, right? Bacteria. It doesn't have ridges. That's okay if it doesn't. It's okay. Just use the top one. The other thing too is we're working with your skin palette, and we don't need to share dead skin cells. So after we're done with this today, we're throwing it away. Okay. All right. So we've picked up our water. We are then going to work with this top palette. This one. This is called a split cake. We are going to, for example, decide what colors to choose. If I went this way, would that work? I don't do anything. No. So I need to decide, do I want it in the middle? Do I want it in the more yellow, less orange, or more orange, less yellow? That's a 2. Let's say that I do this one. Nope. Let's say I do this one, but I don't need all 3 colors. Can I just pick up one color? Yes, just pay attention to how you pick up. But let's say I do this one. And I want this golden color, but I don't want the brown. See how wide my brush is? I can pick up those 3. Or if I want brown and not the yellow or gold, I can pick up those. But it depends on the size. If I want to pick up all 4, I need a bigger brush or really barely get any yellow or brown. So it depends on how you pick up. When these are empty, you can wash them out and you can take like solid colors, cut them and push them into here and make your own split cakes. YouTube it, it's an actual thing. And then you can have it, because maybe you want red and brown together for whatever reason. You're not going to sell it that way. You can make your own. It's called the split cake. Okay. Sounds delicious, right? So we're going to use this top one. We're not going to use the purple. We're going to use the blue. So take a little bit of water, get up to the blue, and for these split cakes, I like to work end to end or edge to edge. I don't like to work just in the middle because then you get these holes in the middle, and later you've got product on the outskirts, but you don't have product on the middle, and it's hard to pick up. So you're going to load your brush blue on the outskirts of the rainbow. You're going to tap on the outside corners, and then you're going to go and all the way around like you did last week. Go ahead and make your rainbow. All the way around. Brianna, Sanchez. You want to go towards the end? All right, So we're gonna go ahead and make our rainbow. Pinky kisses the tabletop and go all the way across this big baby's forehead. Let's say you mess up, like so. It's okay. Flip your brush around and go backwards. As you go backwards, you're going to adjust any mishaps. If you need to add more water, if you need to add more paint, you can. As you're going back and forth, it is blending the colors together. So here I had my pink kind of go diagonal. You can't see it anymore. You've got to be able to learn and know how to troubleshoot. So that way when you make them and you're like, man, this doesn't look like an arch. You need to be able to fix it without having to stop what you're doing, panic. Mom is staring at you, dad is being impatient, little kid is kicking, screaming, crying, and you gotta wipe it all off. Okay, you gotta learn to stay cool, remain calm, and fix it. Problem solved. Okay, so last week we did the snake. And we did the snake and we did a tail. We're gonna practice that technique with the brush. So, we're gonna reload. All right, so we are going to reload. Apologize for that, my son was freaking out. Okay, we're going to reload along this line. I'm going to lay my brush down, but yours has to be perpendicular when you're painting. Perpendicular means you've got a flat plane and whatever object is like a T. Does not matter if it's on the bottom, on the side, it's a flat T, okay? Flat, vertical, flat, vertical, okay? Yours is this way, I'm out of the way. So, you're gonna go all the way down. Flat, twist it, vertical, twist it, flat, twist it vertical, twist it, right? It changes your line as you twist. Now, could I twist slower and make it blend more so it's not so chunky, skinny, chunky, skinny? Yeah, you can, just like your snake. But it's a matter of rotating your brush to change the size of your line. Okay, so let's do this. Blue on the top. Let's just draw a straight line. Blue on the top. Okay? Blue on the top. Then, blue on the left. Mine is angled. Yours should be perpendicular. We're going to draw a straight line. Okay? All right. Now, blue on top. This was horizontal, straight. We're going to put a diagonal. So, diagonal. What is this, a trapezoid? I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in math. Blue on bottom. Diagonal at an angle. Yeah. Now, if I really wanted to make it steep, I could do this. I can do this. Right? You can change your line depending on how you hold your brush. Okay? Let's go to the bottom. Blue on top, just barely pushing, just draw the line. Push the brush to its maximum limit. Press, push the heel down, wiggle, expand the wingspan as far as it will go and brush across. Flip it over, expand the wingspan, wiggle the brush. Wiggle the brush, expand the wingspan. Wiggle the brush, expand the wingspan. That is as far as you can push this brush to its maximum limit. That is the smallest line horizontally it will give you, and that is the widest line this brush will give you. Okay? So, you have now fully learned this brush. It is a square brush. It is crimped or pinched, and this is what it will do. We'll do one more thing for you. Tap it in the water, pick up a little bit of paint. We are going to make a circle, but with our guiding points. So, like a clock, 12, 3, 6, 9. Blue on the outside, perpendicular, okay? Front forehead, okay? Tap at 12 o'clock, tap at 3 o'clock, pink in the middle, tap at 6 o'clock, tap at 9 o'clock. Yours should be straight. Mine has a curve because it's slanted. You should be perpendicular. Straight up and down like it's growing out from the ground. I am going to then go. Some people go from 12 to 3, 3 to 6, 6, 9, whatever. I like to go from 6 to 6. So, blue on the outside, pinky down. I'm going to twist and pivot to the 9. Twist and pivot to the 12. Twist and pivot to the 3, twist and pivot to the 6. Good thing about that is that I can slow down, breathe, see where I'm going, restructure myself. Bad thing about that is that I stop and start too much. So then I get these double lines, or like the liquid is like gravity's pulling the liquid down, and it's just not great. So then there are some people that don't need these points. Now, if I got like my kid and I'm doing his face, I need to do the points because he's like, squirrel, right? And he like moves and my circle is like, so I gotta tap it and do section at a time because the little boy is moving. Okay? But if the person's not moving, you could do this. Bless you. This time, blue on the inside. I'm gonna put my pinky down and I'm just going to rotate. Oh, I don't have enough water on here. I'm just going to rotate. Bless you again. I'm going to pivot and pivot. And I have a circle. Okay, I'm going to go backwards. I can just adjust my circle and pivot backwards. Okay. As you do this, you figure out what it is that works best for you, and then that's the technique that you use. Okay? This brush will do all of this. Can you do the circle with the sponge? Yeah. Can you get that color design with the sponge? Okay, you gotta be really good. Gotta be very precise. So let's turn this page. It's wet, it's fine, it's just paper, it's fine. Okay, I know students always freak out on this part. Okay, so let's learn how to learn. Here's your guide. Remember, we got a lot of books that you can borrow to take home and play with. Don't hesitate to ask, okay? You open this and you're like, because people usually throw these away, like, nah, whatever. This is a good resource. Here it tells you what you've learned thus far. Take a wet wipe and it comes off, right? Sometimes red stains, so be careful with red. Okay, if you do Spider-Man, I always put like a makeup foundation on first and then red so that it doesn't like, it's not skin and then red. It's skin, foundation, and then red, and it comes off easier. Okay, there's a spray bottle and you're like, what's that? Professionals, instead of dipping their brush in the water, soaking up a lot of water, and then on their palette, they take a little spritz bottle. They actually work off of these, not off of that. and then come in and grab. So it's less water, it's less wet. Okay, so that's how, whoop, they do that. Turn the page. This is telling you that if you want to do this design, you need this palette. If you want to do this design, you need this palette. That is what these mean. So if you're trying to do it like, oh, I want that one, what is that? Well, that's this one. That's the palette you need to make this one. Okay? This is what the sponges. Let's turn the page. 1, turn page 2. All right, we are going to come in and we are going to learn our brushes. So let's see. We need to come up with, like these on this side, it's telling you in what direction you should paint. So to create this line, I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to draw it down. I'm going to pull it downward. That's what the arrow means. I'm going to take my brush and that's the direction I'm moving in. These on this side are telling you this is step 1, this is step 2, this is your final design. Okay, if I'm doing this one, right, that top one, it's a line down the middle, open parentheses, close parentheses, and a wiggle and a wiggle. The dot in the middle, right? That's what that is. Most people look at it and their eyeballs go crooked and they don't even know what they're looking at. They just throw it away. But it's a really good book. All right, so we're just going to use the page, not the face. So we're going to take this brush that is crimped, that has a rounded top that, I don't know, it looks like it would give me that shape. So let's try it out. We're going to prep it. We're going to pick up this pink, red, magenta color at the top to show you that you can work off of just one split cake. And it says we're going to start on the top and swing our brush down. It should give us the shape. I think it'll give me the teardrop, but I don't know about the tip. If I go this way, it's not going to give me a straight, thin line. So I'm going to, instead of on its belly, I'm going to turn it on its side like this. So let's try it. So I'm going to start like the picture says. I'm going to push down and press. I don't know. Let's try it again. We're going to pick up some paint. We're going to flip it on its side. We're going to press down and push. I don't know. Okay, maybe. But let's see what else we have in the toolbox. Now we have a rounded bristle, or rounded brush. The ferrule's rounded. It's not pinched. Go break it up, pick up a little bit of paint from here. And now let's see. I'm going to start on the top. I'm going to bring my brush down and I'm going to press. So let me see. Brush down and press. Okay. So this is the brush. Okay, I'm going to come down and then gently press. Okay, I found my brush. Down and press. Down and press. If you're not getting a very pointy line, it's because your brush is not at a point. It's got to be pointy. So use your palette to make it pointy. If you're this, you're pushing too much pressure. You need to lightly press down, and as you drag the brush down, then you're going to press the bristles down to expand the wingspan. The first go around is not going to work. So try it multiple times until you can get it. But this is the brush. So the first brush I thought was going to work, but it didn't work. But I tried it. The second brush, that one was the one. Although they're better, this is not the best quality brush, but they're better brushes. But of what I have to work with, this works best. Okay. So we're going to go down to this middle, the second, this looks like a peacock. Okay, this thing right here. Okay. So on your arm, a little hairy on this side. If that's you, I feel you. I'm sorry. We're going to go on the inside. We're going to pick up a little bit of paint with our pointed, round ferrule brush. We're going to observe, we're going to examine what does this look like first. Because most people just start drawing. They don't think of like proportion. You know, like in art class, the grid, and you have to copy it, draw. Okay, that comes in here. All right, so let's look. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teardrops. They're kind of upside down from what we just did. Let's pointing towards the middle, it's rounded towards the top. So 1 in the middle, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Okay. If I want to make this line, I saw how I needed to do. First the line, then I'm going to push down and make my teardrop. So that means I'm going to start from the middle. Okay, here we go. I'm going to come in and I'm going to draw my line and tap down the middle. To the right, I'm going to do 2. Space them out evenly. 1, 2. 1, 2. To the left. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. All right. I see. It looks alike, not identical. Now, if it's salvageable, you can go in and edit. So I can make my tip a little bit more pointy, just elongate it. I can come back in and fill my teardrop. If it was kind of empty, I can even it out, smooth it out, make the bulb a little bit more round. If I have an edge to it, I can smooth that out. But if it's not salvageable, a baby wipe is going to be what you need. Okay, bless you. Okay? Now, you have been working on a flat surface. Now, you are working 1 on skin that absorbs. 2, a flat surface, when you push, it doesn't go anywhere. But when I push on my skin, right, it pushes down. It creates a crater. Also, my arm is rounded this way, right? It's got a round curve. My forehead to my cheek, my forehead is rounded like a ball, my cheek not so much. So, it's a little different. You got to hold the brush different and brush it different. So, that's my little peacock shape. Let's turn the page. Let's then look at, this is the same thing, but with the split cake and the bigger brush, okay? But it's the same concept. Now you know how to read the book. We're going to look at this sideways spider web, okay? When you get, but before I forget, because I didn't teach you earlier, when you have a lot of liquid in your palette, you just take your napkin and you're just going to tap over your palette. It's going to absorb excess liquid. And then you come back through and smooth out your palette. Okay, that's one thing I forgot to tell you a little bit ago. All right, so we're going to go ahead and grab our pigment. Now let's examine. This is step by step. You start with 2. It's the same shape. It's a little curved. Then you add 2 more, so it's 4. It's horizontal, pointy on the inside, spout on the left. Then you have the closed parentheses or the wide letter C. It's pivotal, so it goes outwards. It's not even. You got 1, 2, 3 rows of it. Now that I've examined my picture, now I know what I'm doing. So then here we go. We're going to come in and I'm going to draw my line and press. Draw my line and press. And I'm kind of curving it a little bit. Right? I did my 2. Now I'm going to do my other 2. Draw my line and press. And draw my line and press. Come back in and edit as you need. Right? If something didn't come out very good, just go over it. Not a problem. Just be careful that you don't get that black eye situation, right? Where you like try to fix the right eye and then the left eye and then you have a black eye at some point. Stop. Just know when to stop. Okay? All right. Then we're going to do and connect our webs. It's the letter C, 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 letter C, C, C. Yes, you see. C and C. Okay? So you then have your web. Now what I want you to do is I want you to create a spider. Everybody's spider will be different. Why? Because everybody has their own way and their own way of drawing and their own style. So if you have your own style, that's good because it makes you different from everybody else. Okay? Is there a right way? Yeah, sure. Is there a wrong way? Yeah, that too. Right? But as long as you make it your own, you should be just fine. Okay. Listen to everybody trying to concentrate making their little spider, right? Okay. And there's your spider. You can make it as a picture. You can change it and make it your own. You can, maybe you're more whimsical. Maybe you're cutesy and your little spider has little cheeks, pink cheeks, a little smile with, little eyeballs and a pink bow. Maybe you are like literally and anatomically correct like this, like literally looks like a real spider. And you have shadowing and highlights and the fur and all the things, or hair, whatever they have. Everybody will be different. And that's your style. That's what makes you unique from another artist. Okay? Questions? All right, that's all I have for you for today.